I said before, today we will talk about biofertilizers as a path to natural farming. So the global population is increasing, and it is estimated that around 2050 it will reach approximately 9.7 billion people living in the world. This imparts pressure on the agricultural lands and other resources which are needed for food. In this scenario, the growing population demands conventional agriculture to meet its food needs, which makes farmers to depend on the usage of chemical fertilizers and pesticides to increase their productivity. Harmful effects on the use or usage of such fertilizers include weakening of plant roots, increase of disease incidence, soil acidification, eutrophication of water resources, and negative impact on biodiversity, which results in unfavorable change of soil parameters in matter of its structure, fertility, and water holding capacity. In this regard, eco-friendly approaches are gaining popularity with the view of biosafety, of which biofertilizers play a major role in sustainable agriculture. But what are biofertilizers? Biofertilizers are defined or can be defined as preparations containing living cells or latent cells of efficient strains of microorganisms that help crop plants uptake of nutrients by their interaction with the rhizosphere when applied through seeds or soil. They accelerate certain microbial processes in the soil, which increase the availability of nutrients in an easily assimilated form by the plants, having a key role in plant growth and development.
My focus is, as I said, or as Ricardo said, it's not on the biocontrol agents per se, but it's on all kind of aspects in soil, especially soil biodiversity. And you all know that soils are essential. So we live on it. Obviously, soil provides many ecosystem functions and services. So, for example, in decontaminating soils from pollutants, it covers most of the biodiversity on the planet, and it obviously supports our food. A major source of our food comes from soils. But soils is under pressure, so there are different factors. Well, you know all of these pictures in some way or the other. We threaten this kind of biodiversity and soils in general due to us, because we live in soils, we build cities, we use soils in an often non-sustainable way in intense agriculture. And this aspect is, of course, the focus of this webinar and also the focus of Food for Sustainability. So we need some shift there, because this over the long term is not sustainable. Part of what is threatened by these practices is soil biodiversity. And here you just see a short summary of some of these organisms, which include, this one is very familiar to all of us at the moment, but these viruses also exist in soil. You have a lot of bacteria, archaea, you have fungi, then you have the bit less known protists, and then you have all kind of different animals, which, in many ways not only look nice, but they are also doing their job. And a bit more about that in a second. And a major focus these days, not only in soil, but in human health, human gut, whatsoever, is on the microbiome. We know that the microbiome has a fundamental effect on us, on our health, but also on soil and plant performance.
As presented, I'm Marika Pellegrini, a postdoctorate researcher at the University of L'Aquila, and currently I'm working in the Laboratory of Environmental Microbiology of Professoressa Maddalena Del Gallo. Today I'm going to talk to you about the microbial inoculants used as biostimulant and biocontrol agents in sustainable food production. The use of these microbial-based products, as we saw also in the previous presentations, can respond to various problems caused mainly by the intensive use of fertilizers in agriculture. The use of fertilizers, in fact, together with an industrial agricultural system management, leads to different problematic such as quality of the soil loss. And in this case, we are talking about the imbalance of physical-chemical profiles, so both in terms of structure but also in terms of physical properties, so pH and all the characteristics important for soil structure, but also for soil fertility. We have also the organic matter content, and we are experiencing a decrease of organic matter content of our soil, and also together with a decrease of biodiversity. So a very huge loss of organic matter and biodiversity leads to loss of fertility of the soil, and is one of the major reasons for all the organic, all the agriculture use the inorganic fertilizers, so the chemical ones.
Some days ago, one of my colleagues asked me about, okay, Ginés, can we talk about tailor-made solution on biofertilizer? And I say, absolutely yes, because the most known solution of our company is called Bombardier, and Bombardier is not a solution; it's a platform of solution. I will explain you in detail in the next slide. But firstly, I would like to show you who we are. Okay, who is Ginés Group? I will be very short. Ginés Group is a company, of research and development solution for agriculture. Okay, and we believe in a different way of producing food. This is not a sentence for us. This is our leitmotif. We wake up every single morning thinking on that, to produce solution with the same efficacy than the chemical ones, but with natural origin, good for the human being, good for the environment, and good for everything. So we try to combine these two things. Okay, the chemical solutions are effective, yes, but in some cases problematic with the human being and the environment. The natural ones are natural, but in some cases ineffective. So we have decided to take the good thing of both. Okay, the effectiveness of the chemical ones, but also the natural raw material.